here in Phoenix. Thanks to TNT there as the Boston Celtics, of course, the reigning NBA champions, find themselves in an 0-2 hole against the Knickerbockers in the Eastern Conference semifinals as a result of two unprecedented collapses at TD Center. Join us now. Whenever there's something going on in Boston, we catch up with John Sapochetti. You can follow him on X at JohnSap25. Sap, what's going on with this, man? What are the fans? I was listening to some sports radio there today. It's a little nuts.
It's always Panic City in Boston, and if they won the two games in close fashion, it would still be panic because obviously it's the most neurotic sports fan base in America. And obviously when Boston plays New York, there's a little bit of apprehension because of the past. I mean, obviously the Yankees own the Red Sox for, 86 years. And so on and so forth. And the Knicks have beaten the Celtics before. And, of course, the Giants beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl. So sometimes when Boston sports fans see New York teams, they get a little jittery. But it's just been an incredible series so far. Maybe the Celtics think that they're playing live golf and it's only 3 quarters instead of 4. Because in the fourth quarter, they have not shown up so far. They continue to play this brand of basketball as if they're down 20 instead of up 20. Taking all those 3-pointers. They've taken 100 3-pointers in the first 2 games. They've hit 25. This is a team that averages 38% from 3. If they had been at that number, they would have won both of these games easily. And then you've got, obviously Joe Mazzulla, who is basketball's version of Nick Sirianni, the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Kind of this quirky, weird guy who overthinks things. Look, dude, you got the best roster in the NBA. Sirianni has the best roster in the NFL. Sometimes stay out of the way. The craziest thing I saw last night, guys, and maybe you'll agree with this, is hack of Mitchell Robinson. For what reason? And his reason was that Robinson was a plus 19, so they wanted to get him off the court. Well, if you're playing the LA Dodgers in the World Series and their number 9 hitter is hitting 400, do you intentionally walk him to get to Shohei Ohtani, who might be only hitting 200 in the series? That would be the theory behind what Joe Mazzulla did last night. So he's overthinking it. Just let the guys play. Do what you have to do to win. They're still the better team. I think they can still win. But give the Knicks a lot of credit for hanging in there all 4 quarters and coming away with 2 big wins.
So, John, when it comes to the fan base, is the frustration more with the players or the coaching, or is it both?
I think it's both, and that's not the best answer to give on radio. I don't like sitting on a picket fence because that can hurt some areas of your body. But I look at, in terms of Mazzulla, the fan base hasn't been totally sold on him. I think they had one of the 3 best coaches in basketball for 1 year at Ime Udoka. He had to leave for whatever reason. We still haven't found out. You see what he's done in Houston with a very young team. Mazzulla is constantly battling the media, doesn't answer questions that they ask him. He goes into like this mode of taking threes, and he turns everything into a math equation a la John Nash from A Beautiful Mind. I mean, it's just frustrating to listen to him at times. Jason Tatum is the one who gets the most blame, though. He's the best player. He has not played well in these first 2 games. He ended the series against Orlando, averaging 35 a game over the final 3 games. He basically has owned the New York Knicks for several years, and for some reason, he just hasn't shot the ball well in the first 2 games of the series. That can turn around because the Celtics actually play better on the road than they do at home. So I would say Mazzulla's getting a lot of blame because of his end-of-game strategy, or lack thereof. I mean, he ran the same exact play that they ran 12 seconds earlier. I don't ever recall an NBA team doing that. That's something out of high school. But Jason Tatum also gets a lot of blame because he's the best player on the team. And the thing about Boston, and if you guys have been here or watched anything here, Boston sports fans love like the gritty blue-collar guy.
Yeah.
Like they loved Marcus Smart, Trot Nixon, Julian Edelman. Jason Tatum is incredibly talented, aesthetically pleasing to watch, incredibly gifted. And sometimes it looks like he's not putting forth 100% effort. He is. I mean, he's that good. It's just that sometimes people think he doesn't care as much because he's not a real demonstrative guy. He's not going to, go back to the bench and kick a chair. He's a very cool, calm guy. But I think he's going to get some of the abuse. And the guy that always skates is Jaylen Brown because he's the second best player, and he was Conference Finals MVP a year ago. He was NBA Finals MVP a year ago. So he didn't exactly have a great game either last night. In fact, none of them did. None of them have been able to shoot.
John, one of the things I've noticed watching this series, and you referenced Tatum, at least he will indeed take the ball to the basket and try to draw some contact and get to the free throw line. But watching the rest of the team, that's like a big no-no. They all set up. I even saw Horford last night in the center of the lane. He is wide open from 4 feet away, and instead of turning and taking the shot, he kicks it outside to Peyton Pritchard, who misses the 3-pointer. So my question to you is, I know that they're a great three-point shooting team, and they are the defending NBA champions. But wouldn't the head coach say something in the fourth quarter? Hey, let's take the ball toward the basket and try to get to the line?
Not Nick Sirianni. I mean, Joe Mazzulla, because what he does in that situation is he doubles down. He doubles down. He take more threes because we're due to hit them. It's all a math equation. I mean, maybe he should be selling life insurance instead of coaching basketball. So what he does in that situation is, well, we haven't hit our last 10. We're due to start getting hot from three-point territory. You remember the Houston Rockets had that theory back in, the 2018 Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors? How'd that work out?
Yep.
So you make a great point because Horford's right there at the basket. 2 points guaranteed is better than a questionable three-point shot. Tatum will go to the basket. I think he's got an injured wrist, so maybe a little apprehensive to do that. They only went to the line 15 times last night while they were up 20 in the third quarter. You've got to drive the basketball to the basket and try to get to the line and just kind of build on that lead, or at least hold on to that lead rather than chucking up threes and then the other team comes down, hits a three, and all of a sudden you've got this quick turnaround, and now
3 minutes.
that you shouldn't even be in. You should have handled this much easier. Derek White, who's a fantastic player, great role player, he and Drew Holiday make up a really fascinating backcourt because they're similar players. They both play great defense. They're leaders. They're great guys, team guys. He's taken 27 threes in the first two games of the series. He's hit 8 of them. I mean, Steph Curry doesn't take 27 threes in the first two games of a series. He's the greatest shooter ever. That part of me, I just don't quite understand. It is frustrating to watch. I mean, what are you going to do? Take away the corner three as part of a rule change? Make the dunk a three-point play? I mean, because the game is now turned into this three-point shooting contest, not just the Celtics, but throughout the league, that it is kind of frustrating to watch.
I'm with you on that. And here's what gets me about the way fans see it. And you talked about having the most neurotic fan base in the United States in the Celtics fans. And that is they get all upset because you referenced it, 15 free throws, where the other team is shooting 25 to 28. And fans see that stat and they go, what the hell? We're getting hosed by the officials. And the answer is, no, you're not. You're not creating any contact to get to the line.
That's right. Yeah, you're not going to the foul line chucking up 28-footers.
Yep. Especially
the Knicks have been very good at staying out of their landing space so they don't get those ticky-tack fouls. Let them take the three. And the way they're shooting now, they're hitting 25%. That's a great number for the New York Knicks. Go to the basket. That's when you get to the line. I mean, whether it was James Harden in his prime, or any other player, Karl Malone, when he was a force years ago, they went to the line a lot because they were forcing their way to the basket. And this team is a good free throw shooting team. I mean, they're an 80% free throw shooting team. It's not like they have Mitchell Robinson, who somehow got hacked Robinson all last night. And when they did that, got
about 1 minute
into the penalty and into the bonus. So now when Jalen Brunson had that last second move, got fouled, he's going to the free throw line. If you hadn't hacked Robinson 3 times for no apparent reason, other than to get him off the court because he was a plus 19, which is, I got to say, the most idiotic thing I've ever heard, then maybe Brunson's not taking free throws at that time, and you've got fouls to waste down the stretch. It's just, again, he overthinks things. You have the better team. Go ahead and play. You just don't.
I want to get this
get
question.
Your hands into everything and make it even that much more difficult.
Okay, I want to get this question before we run out of time, because I heard you reference that they, meaning the Celtics, are a better team on the road. Why is that? And so does that still give everybody hope that they will at least get one in New York?
Absolutely. I think the reason they're a better road team is because at home, this building gets very, very tense. It certainly has in hockey over the last 15 years. I cannot tell you how many times the Bruins have lost Game 7 at home at TD Garden, oftentimes in overtime. They get down a goal, and the building gets very, very tense. Same things happen with the Celtics, that all of a sudden when, the first 3 quarters, they play very well. They're up 20. Everybody's celebrating, high-fiving. And then when it becomes a game, the crowd gets very tense, and I think that filters through to the players. On the road, it's a little bit different. They have a different mentality on the road. They have elite players. I mean, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are quite capable of putting up 35, 40 points in the next 2 games each at Madison Square Garden. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. They play better on the road because I think the crowd here sometimes gets them too tight, which is not a good way to play basketball.
John, we always appreciate it. It's not what I think a lot of people expected, but it's only 2 games. So if it's 3, then it's a lot different. But appreciate you coming on with us, John, as always.
Anytime, fellas.
Appreciate it. John Sapochetti, Boston writer, podcaster. You got to follow him on X, John Sap25. He's our go-to guy always when it comes to anything going on with Boston. All right, we're looking for someone brave, or at least mildly confident, to take on one of the gorgeous Twin Peaks girls from the Tempe location.
Mm-hmm.
Think you got what it takes? Prove it. Or go down in flames like the last guy. All right, B number 5. That's the caller we're looking for at 602-230-0620. That's 602-230-0620. And you're playing for a $25 Twin Peaks gift card. And you are going to pick Warriors at Timberwolves, Dodgers D-backs tonight, and Thunder at Nuggets. And we'll need the winner and score of that one. It's all next right here on ESPN.